Okay, testing the audio now, 1, 2, 3. We're going to be on air in a few minutes time. Hopefully that sounds okay, Seth. That sound okay? That sounds right, Jamie?
Yep, I have many leather-bound books in my apartment, smells of it.
Well, good morning everyone. Welcome along to our big couple of days here at the National Hockey Centre in Glasgow. It's Cup final weekend. It is the men's that take priority today here on pitch 1, the main pitch. We are looking forward to the first of 4 matches. It is Hillhead thirds against Grange thirds here, and we're going to be getting underway in just a couple of minutes time. Great to be here. Alongside myself, Callum Patterson, and Jamie Frail, head of domestic game. It's going to be a great couple of days, Jamie. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Morning, Callum. Glad to be here. Certainly looking forward to the first match. Hillhead being close to my heart, and Grange being an exceptionally good team with some strong players out there.
Well, the sides below us just about getting ready to come onto the field. And you may have just seen the hashtag. Great to hear your thoughts throughout the day. Hashtag Scott Cup Finals. And that is how to get in touch. So we've got 4 games on the main pitch. There's another match getting underway in pitch 2 as well at 10 AM. It is the reserve plate final. Watsonians thirds against Grove, Wednesday's Hill thirds. We'll try and bring you updates on that throughout course of this game that we're focusing on pitch 1. At 12 in the District Cup final, Watsonians and Grange seconds play each other, with Edinburgh Uni seconds and Erskine Stewart's Melville on the pitch 2 in the plate competition. At 2 o'clock it's the national plate final. Western Wildcats take on Watsonians, and then at 4 it's the big one, the cup final, Grange against Bromack Kelburn. So excellent games, and there's obviously excellent games tomorrow too in the women's competition. I'm sure we'll talk about that throughout the course of our day's action too. So sides lined up, the umpires there, Jamie Telfer and Duncan Ruzzick in the yellow. Let's run through the sides before we get underway. For the Hillhead men's thirds team, starters in goals will be Lewis Crawford, then we've got Alan Baxter, Stephen Pollock, Zach Lennox, David Anderson, Jackson Corey Duff, Gregor Chambers, Alan Meikles the captain, Lewis Gordon, Phil Godstiff and Matt Applequist. In the reserve goal is James Muir on the sidelines. Also on the sidelines, Justin Geddes, Marcus McIntyre Kemp, Aidan Doherty, James Aitken and Kieran Quinn. For Grange, Johnny Baird is the goalkeeper, and then we've got Dom Tasker, Ross Parker, Tom Folds, Andy Ferguson, Craig Lamb, Gordon Allen's the captain, Harry Templeton, Ben Doherty, Callum Lothian and Neil Mitchinson. On the sidelines, Rich Miller, Lewis Williamson, Martin Constable, Dave Coton, Steve Swanton, Matt Henton, and the replacement keeper is Tario Allers. So that is the starters. Hillhead are in the Regional Central League Division 2, mid-table in that division in the Regional League in Division 2. Grange thirds, you'll see a lot of Grange in various teams and levels throughout the day. They are well represented today, and they are in League Division 1, the thirds team. They were 7th place in their league, a league won by their seconds team. So very strong representation, Jamie, of Grange throughout the day. It's going to be an interesting one. banking your bets on here?
Well, yeah, I mean, Grange's strength is in numbers. They've got some real good links with Fettes, the school, and it's shown in terms of feet on the pitch today. Hillhead have kind of an up and down season for most of their teams. Their threes being their upper development team. It's a young squad for Hillhead, apart from the reserve goalkeeper and their captain. So it'll be interesting. I think it's youth versus experience out there today.
Well, Grange in red. Cal Mulligan waiting to get things going. First of, well, 6 games across both pitches, but on pitch one, our main focus, this one is underway. It is the reserve cup final and the first honours of the day. It's a grey, cool, slightly windy day so far in Glasgow. I think it's meant to stay like this, but hopefully it will remain dry. Ben Docherty looking for one or two options. Ferguson cut out in an early collision. Bit of a slip and a slide. Applequist trying to carry on here for Hillhead. Nearly fell kindly for him. Well, won that by Mikkel, the captain, with 0 on his back. Applequist was trying to fling it across. Very open start. Hutchinson done well. Fine support in Templeton. And they've got the free hit there. Have Grange. Allen gets on with it. Hinton back and Docherty across. Lothian was stretching, try and keep it. Chambers did well, but it has came back with the side in red. Lothian now to dance away. It's just dribbled out. Well, it's been a fairly open start. Both sides getting stuck in at full pace, Jamie.
Absolutely. Grange look as if they're slightly more composed, comfortable in the ball. Hillhead are still a wee bit frantic. It's kind of individual talent that's carrying it just now. As soon as they start to hook up, then we should see a bit more of a game here. Grange in no hurry though, comfortable in the ball, moving it around the back really well.
Well, the Range Thirds obviously higher division in the Regional Central League, but have lost the last 3 in the league. In League Division 2 for Hillhead, 5-1 out of the last 8 since the beginning of March for Hillhead Thirds.
It's interesting to see Grange take the field here today without their hat-trick hero for the semi-finals. I believe it was a certain David Sweetman made an appearance. No, sorry, that's what's Owens. So it's
break on here, though. Hillhead trying to get it forward. It might fall here for Mikkel. Tries to twist and turn, and they've managed to defend it away. Have Grange, and a blink of an eye, Hillhead have woken up into the game. Godstuff, that was the man that got the hat trick last week, trying to get on with it.
Yep, the short corner. Correct.
And penalty corner, first one of the match.
Great composure by Alan Mikkel there, just to find the foot, get the corner. I know from seeing them at training on Thursday night, they've got a few interesting takes when it comes to short corners.
Looking to maybe slightly against the run of play, take the lead. Grange had a good first 3 minutes or so, but blast up the field. Miko with injection, and the effort is saved, and in the end it's went the other way, and they've got away with that. Godstiff was one of those trying to put it into the goal, but didn't work out for Hillhead there, and Grange's turn to attack.
Yeah, I think that's where the majority of Phil's goals have come from this season, is the drag flick from the top of the D, but the Grange keeper looked comfortable with that. Grange composure starting to get a wee bit slippy now. Hillhead not really pressing in the attacking final quarter. Just one body up there.
And that's intercepted, and that
So clumsy tackle by Jackson Corey Duff in the middle there. Hillhead's number 86 is currently at School of Sport.
We were talking before the coming on air, Jamie, about like Hillhead, they've got the players assigned whatever team level they're at, they just get a number for the club, and it's one or two interesting numbers.
Yeah, we try not to read too much into numbers at Hillhead. It's when you arrive, if somebody else has the number you want, then you get assigned another one. And Hillhead being a club of about 180 members, then I think we have Jackson running about with 186 on his back. Admittedly, I think part of that's tape, but it's still, there's no real, nobody's precious about numbers. It's not a specified number for a position, it's just you get a top.
Doherty flying it into the D, but the player's not having that.
Umpire calling a foul there for the Grange player not being 5 metres away when the ball's picked up from the air, so it's deemed he's interfering with the pickup.
Aitken was in a bit of a tussle. The Hillhead player that's lofted up high, not quite coming kindly for Godstiff. Head and hands right below his arm, Miko. The ball look was very good up there, just didn't quite fall into the path.
Alan Miko's a very passionate individual. We'll see more of that today. There's been a good mix of moving the ball around the back into space and then just throwing the ball. Throwing the ball means the other team can't press as much and you can get in behind, so it's good to see both teams mixing it up.
Parker up forward for Lothian.
Ross Parker, I was speaking to his ex-under-18 Scotland coach this morning. So he says that was a few years ago, but I was to mention that he'd played in the under-18s 1990.
Sometime a long time ago.
Yes. Saying that, in terms of current Scotland players out there, we have for the over 40s Masters, Craig Lang and Neil Mitchison. They played in Glasgow for the Home Nations over 40s this summer. They actually won that tournament, so they're going away in 3 weeks' time to Lisnagarvey to try and retain the trophy.
Such competitive spirit, whatever age you are, and there's so many various tournaments.
Absolutely, more and more. It's we've got from over 35s all the way up to in August we have the Great Grandmasters, the over 60s and over 65s tournament, based again here in Glasgow. So it's great to see the continuing involvement in the sport.
Grange here trying to get back into it after a good lot of spell for Hillhead. Lothian was looking for the ball, found Williamson who just came on. Templeton was spinning and turning. Back it goes to folds, in fact he leaves it.
Acres of space on the right here.
Utilised for Ferguson. Moving, it's going to be his ball.
Good attacking opportunity for Grange. They have someone on point at 25. Get this ball in there, look for the slightest of touches.
Folds is trying to dart it into the D, and it's not come to anything, and now need a bit of help was Kieran Quinn, and no support, so it's straight back with the side in red. Ferguson once more. Godstiff is back to defend. Templeton got him with that quickly. The free hit and ran into a pool of black bodies. Fortunate slip for Quinn, and Grange have it back. Craig Lamb, space for Ferguson again, not going to quite keep it in though.
First 10 minutes probably best described as cautious, Cal.
Pretty quick though, it's been pretty fast paced, but yeah, interesting old start. Grange going to have it back in a decent spot again. Tasker is making the run.
Hillhead again with 10 bodies behind the ball. It's quite defensive. I don't know if they've decided they're going to concentrate on making sure they keep that clean sheet, or if they're going to concentrate on the counter attack. Certainly the man picking the ball up now for Hillhead, Alan Miko. He likes a fast breakaway. Hillhead 16 and only one player over the halfway line.
Sackmanix goes backwards, and side and black looking to work the way forward from deep. There's a bit of a gift. It's back to Grange. Folds to Ferguson, being lively down the channel. Needs to go back with Parker. Forward by Doherty. Far too much on that. Hillhead camped a little bit here the last couple of minutes, trying to wriggle away from danger, and then seemed to concede a free hit in Grange once more. Trying to come forward, doesn't quite find its way through to Lothian there, I thought. Fair. They'll be able to come back and try and win that back for Grange. It's a bit loose. But they've got away with that.
Hopefully as the game starts to go on, we'll see the move from slightly cautious, and they'll start to, once they put the feelers out, they'll concentrate more on the attack. They just seem really not nervous in the ball, but hesitant to commit anyone forward just now. Great pass.
That's lovely from Mikkel. McIntyre Kemp waiting for it if need be. Little wriggle room in there. Now it's the Grange jersey to flood back and defend. Miko once more is to try and get on with it. Lennox come back to the free hit. Stephen Pollock. Head up and darted away off Ross Parker. One back by Chambers, and now cross for Pollock.
Grange pressing the ball really well, not giving any of the back 3 or 4 time composure on the ball to pick their pass.
And now there's a break on here. Just stopped in their tracks. Hutchinson was making a run forward, but Templeton will carry on his little run. Look at the swarm of black jerseys back. Ferguson switch sides. Back from Doherty. Down looking for Mitchinson. Well, thanks for joining us for our coverage here of the Reserve Cup final. Over on pitch 2, it's the plate final. Watsonian thirds are taking on Grove Menzies Hill thirds, and Grove Menzies Hill have taken an early lead, or a couple of quick goals in that one. They're 2-0 up with just under 20 minutes left on pitch 2. We'll try and bring updates on that one through the course of this one, but in the plate, Grove are in front by a couple of goals. No goals yet here though.
Currently no real prospect of goals. It seems to be a kind of midfield battle. It seems to be taking place between both 25s. No real pressure in and around the D as yet.
A reminder, if we are level, it's still a long way to go. If we are level at the end of the game, then we will have the shootout. Decide the winner of this competition.
Talking about shootouts, Hillhead's reserve goalkeeper, Blackie, is touching on the Grandmaster's age now, and last year covered a game for Hillhead's first team in National 1 and proceeded to save a penalty.
Impressive. Could be impressive here. Is it going to fall through? Can they get the twist and the turn? They can't. Marcus McIntyre came, did well. Godstiff played it across, and a little chink in the arm for Grange, almost punished. Still with side in black. Mikkel. It's all rather tight, couldn't fall for Geddes on the edge of the D. Pull it forward for Geddes, but loses out.
Martin Constable on the ball there for Grange, a seasoned veteran of National 1 and a stalwart of the club. He's well known and an exceptionally solid player. Again, Grange is looking to pressure the ball carrier at the back, not giving Hillhead any time to find that pass. Working out really well for them.
Pinball in the middle, but came back here for Hillhead. Geddes was getting forward, Godstaff with the ball, and it's filtered its way through to the edge of the D. Will remain with the attacking side. Miko quickly on, missed by Godstiff this time. Don't know if he's quite expecting that.
No, that's the beauty of Alan. Miko and your team should expect the ball regardless of what position you're in or what position Alan's in. He's really good at reading the game and knowing where people are.
Good play this from Swanton. Now Gordon Allen, the captain. Wriggles through. So we second attempt from Allen to find something, and a little fly across the face of the D. I think it might be Allen trying to get on the end of it after initiating the free hit, but again, no real clear close chances for either side.
No, 20 minutes in, and I think we've had one short corner that was on target. I thought it would be a bit more action than this.
Oh, well won back there, McIntyre Kemp. Run into the mountain of Matt Henton. We do have it again here. Meikle wriggling his way in and through. And it helped a foot, it did. Good skills initially. No, the other end. Swanton, that's lovely, wriggling room. It's through on goal. Keeper has to come out and make the save. Excellent work. Steve Swanton with that chance.
Superb individual skill, and then the composure just to lift the ball. Normally a goalkeeper would come out and slide and create a big barrier nice and low, because that's where the majority of shots go. So I don't know if he was expecting that, but certainly the lift over the keeper would have done a few other keepers in the league, that's for sure, including myself.
Nice stuff, Godstiff. Baxter giving away to Doherty, who gets it forward for Allen. So a lot of turnover ball in this match so far. McIntyre Kemp. Gap is closing up with all the red jerseys, but trying to wriggle away his Applequist, and we've got a penalty corner here, the second for Hillhead. Well, maybe a little shove there, I think, indicated by the umpire.
Yeah, just a bit of obstruction, so the Hillhead player's trying to play the ball, and Grange player is just leaning in and obstructing them from playing. Grange captain's been called across. I'm assuming this is for team descent, so just maybe have a word with them to say let's keep it quiet.
Quick, quiet word.
Certainly something the teams can't complain about just now is the umpires. Jamie and Duncan have both been exceptional, both playing really well, quiet games, nobody's been complaining until now.
Meikle with injection. As I say, it's the second penalty corner for Hillhead. Godstiff! Oh, not far away.
Grange on the counter now. If they can move the ball quickly, then they have numbers up front. Just ran out.
As mentioned earlier, hat-trick for Godstiff last week in the league match against GHK.
Good advantage with the umpires there.
Excellent ball for Allen. Is he going to keep it in? Unfortunately not.
No, I don't know if it was legs or if it was the complexity of the manoeuvre, but it certainly didn't come off.
Here's Lamb. And not too happy there, Meikle, but that was pretty blatant.
Perhaps a tactical deftness from Alan Meikle there, just to make sure they weren't overrun at the back.
No one's quite sure what's happening with that ball, so just a kick away from Crawford. Falls. Trying to drive it in there. Well won back by Henton. Rich Miller.
Grange have composure here. They'll just find a foot, find a foul inside the D and win themselves a short corner.
Lamb was trying to wriggle it across. Maybe it's a new tactic to try and get a goal, get a second ball on.
That's extra time multi-ball.
That with the next rule change, maybe.
Hillhead setting up with a back three, spread really wide. Obviously the pivot point in that is Stevie Pollock at the back. Stevie Pollock's been out for the majority of the season with a mixture of injury and new addition to the family, so it's good to see him back.
Mikkel trying to find the gap. Henton, well, I think he's lucky there to get away with that. Was swiping away at a ball that was thin air.
Yeah, I think the pressure from Jackson Corriduff from Hillhead has been taken as instruction.
Mikkel once more, he's everywhere.
Mikkel again, not even looking, just knowing where the player is, laying the ball off.
Oh, we've got a card now here.
Yeah, the Grange player, as he rolled the ball over the sideline, knew it was out, stopped it, and then knocked it away just so that Hillhead couldn't take it quickly. So a clinical move and a wee seat for a minute or two.
Yeah, Dave Coton is having a couple of minutes off. So maybe chance here for Hillhead to take advantage with Aitken trying to wriggle the ball through. Applequist to round. Penalty corner coming off the hip, indicated by the umpire.
Yeah, Martin Constable there just looking to play the ball out in and around the player's area, so you give the ball a slight lift so it goes over a flat stick, and unfortunately he's given it a wee bit too much, so once it goes above shin guard height then it's classed as dangerous, so if it's hit the opposition player on the hip then it's a foul.
That kind of came from nothing really, and it's a cheap one to give away, and now third penalty corner in this first half, and Mikkel to inject once again. It is going to be Godstiff. It's going to try and wriggle its way through, and cries from the crowd. Different little routine trying to get it back to Mikkel. Didn't work out. Just trying to mix it up a little bit, but it remains scoreless with 8 minutes left in this first period. Lamb down that channel for Miller, but Mikkel is just absolutely everywhere. I think there's a couple of him on the pitch.
It certainly sounds like it.
Godstiff and Mikkel trying to wriggle out of a tight area, and always going to be trouble. No one in and around or across the D for Swanton's delivery. Did well to win it back.
Great bit of skill though. He's picked the ball up, moved it early, and then immediately known where he wants to put it. It's just unfortunate there's no other players in his team in and around that area.
Long ball for Applequist. Into penalised. Grange looked 1 or 2 were a bit slow in getting back, so Hillhead tried to catch them by surprise. Defensively kind of set now. That will come down here for Aitken. Pollock forward and twisting the turn away. Aitken
Hillhead just picking the ball up in front of the defensive line, looking for a wee bit of space. Grange is closing it down immediately, so Hillhead having to turn around and play the ball back out, round the back. It's still all very cautious. Grange doing really well at putting pressure on the ball carrier.
Well, this Grange side got through to this final after beating the PSLT Sport Clydesdale third side 3-0. Harry Templeton with a goal in that semi-final, Folds with a couple too. Interestingly, in their league actually, Grange thirds, they're in the same league as Hillhead's second team, just a couple of places below them. Maybe surprised that it still is 0-0. Maybe that will change, but once again, good tracking back. Godstiff this time. Another game, incidentally, of course, this is the Reserve Cup final and the Plate final on pitch 2. Sonians have got to go back against Grove. So Sonians 1, Grove 2. There'll be probably around about 5 minutes left in the first half, similar to this game. So that one 2-1. Fortunately, no goals yet on pitch 1 in the Reserve Cup final. Godstiff's ball doesn't come to anything. Again, possession's been pretty lax at times for both sides. Folds trying to turn away. Good wriggle room there from Coton. Couldn't find the pass for Lamb. Just trying to stretch out there, literally coming back on the field and almost getting that, but it is with Grange, but it might not be for much longer because another loose pass. Forward from Godstiff. Mikkel. Back with Pollock and just remains with Hillhead. 3 minutes left in this first period. Baxter tried to wriggle away and did well. Trying to stretch past Williamson. Excellent weave and run. Good stuff there from Chambers. Shot move, Mikko loses possession. Not said that in the first half so far, until then.
No, Alan is well known for putting himself around the pitch, but not only that, he's also a PE teacher, and with his time working at Drumchapel, then Hermitage, I think I can count 6 players in this team from our from Hillhead's upper development team that have all been inspired by Alan at school and came along to sessions and now are at a cup final.
Grange looking to find the lead in the final couple of minutes. It's hoisted high, it's not going to reach low then. Remains with the Grange. Lamb.
Not a lot of movement, not a lot of options for the ball carrier here. I don't know if that's tired legs minute to half time, but certainly if I was the ball carrier I'd be looking for a few more passes to this.
Henton, Allen, a hit off a leg. No. Certainly the protest going out there, a hit off a leg, but
yeah, I think the umpire said that as it was a high ball, again over shin guard height, then it's deemed dangerous. Admittedly, it was only going 2 miles an hour, but once it's that height in the D, then certainly the umpire's mind sharpened.
Trying to get on with it quickly at the other end. Hillhead. Chambers wanting to get going, but back again. Grange to defend and he's done well. Ferguson winning it back. Maybe looking to tick down the clock, or is that one final chance? Lamb forward for Swanton. Allen in the D if required. Ball taken off him. Ferguson seems to be switching around each channel. Looking to trickle down the time. That'll do for the first period. Hillhead 3-0, Grange 3-0. Well, it's been fast paced, been a lot of possession missed and lost and given away, Jamie. But in the grand scheme of things, 0-0, it doesn't really like there's been that many clear-cut chances for a goal to be scored.
No, apart from the short corners that Hillhead have had, and as you say, clear-cut chances. It definitely looks like two teams in a cup final, very cautious. So I'm hoping start of the second half, that first 25 minutes, then either team really throw caution to the wind and go for this here. Otherwise, we'll be in for more of the same the last 10 minutes of the second half. If it's still 0-0, thoughts will start to drift towards penalties. So I don't see an attacking last 10 minutes in the second half. The next 25 could be.
Quick word from pitch 2, there's been an equaliser for Watsonians, so heading into half time there, 2-2 between Watsonians and Grove, so that's an entertaining game. This one needing to maybe line up a little bit in the second half. It's 0-0 here, we'll work shortly for the second half. Welcome back then for second half coverage of Hillhead and Grange, both thirds teams here in the district, in the Reserve Cup final I should say. First of 4 games on pitch 1 today. I did mention just before we went to our little half-time break, in the pitch 2 game the plate final, Swinian's third against Grove third, so well, it was 2-all. Swinian's coming back to level that one up, but there was just another goal right at the end, just as Swinian took our break, and Grove back in front. So 3-2 in the plate final in pitch 2 at half time. There is live tweets of that game if you want to keep up to date with that while watching us on the Scottish Hockey Twitter at Scottish Hockey. So check that out and watch this one. And hopefully, Jamie, we're going to get some goals in the second period.
Yeah, Grange done their team talk on the pitch and certainly seemed quite animated. Hillhead have a full quota of coaching staff with them today, so hopefully something's changed.
Quick win back from Lewis Williamson and Grange in the red. Swanton's ball is not going to find anyone though. Hillhead aside the regional central division below. 5th spot in that league. The third team. It's been given back here to Alan, the Grange captain. Try and win it back a second time. Did really well there to keep Harry and Lothian there for company if need some help. Aitken trying to get it away, and excellent pressure from Grange in the first 70 seconds or so. Taking quickly for Folds, driving it across the knee, but no one there to take it. Grange out the box fast at the start of the second period.
Yeah, great ball in there. Put a wee bit of height on it so that the defence have to adjust to that bobbling ball, but unfortunately none of the forwards looking as if they were ready for it or wanting to get an edge on it.
As I mentioned, Hillhead in Division 2 in the Central Regional League, Grange thirds in the First Division in the same league as the Hillhead second team. But maybe the 3 defeats that they've had in the last 3 league games, maybe that'll just take a little bit to get out of their minds. Maybe not, because they've just won it back here. Is it going to wriggle its way through? Doesn't quite for Lothian. 1 or 2 mishaps. Godster trying to get it away, and Hillhead will now get it away.
Yeah, really poor and unusual error from Stevie Pollock. Normally really dependable at the back for Hillhead, but he's just given the ball away. A free gift to the centre forward of Grange there. They had the numbers, but Lewis in goals, Lewis Crawford has stepped up and cleared the lines really well.
Williamson with the ball, but 2 minutes for Ferguson. Poor pass. Certainly a trait from both sides in the first period was that they seemed to give them a lot of possession. It certainly seems to have continued. Can Grange capitalise this time? Fed through nicely. Is it going to be ribbled in? Allen around. Keeper has got it, but the penalty corner has been given, and there looks like there's going to be a card count as well. Green shown, a bit of a mess in the middle of all that, but there is going to be a green card. And
Phil Godfrey there protesting. I think the complaint is, as you can see, the Grange forward is just pushing the ball in and under the goalkeeper. Oh, and I think Duncan has given it because the goalkeeper is lying on top of the ball. So the ball needs to be able to be played. So if the Hillhead goalkeeper is lying on top, then it's obstruction. I think Phil's complaint is that the forward is pushing it back under rather than trying to pull the ball out.
So Godsif taking a couple of moments, and Grange with their first penalty corner of the match. Skied very unhandsomely. Lewis Williamson.
Alan Baxter there has ran it and managed to get an edge on it, so it's run down, it's given us a long corner. Grange moved it really well out into space early.
Fortunate then, we'll try this time from Open play. It goes all the way to the back of the D. Still calm. This time they might get away from danger. And Tom Pool's getting a point into it by an umpire.
Far more exciting first 4 minutes. Obviously, whatever has been said at Grange's half-time team talk has worked. They seem to be connecting better and not losing as many balls in the pass.
Once again, Hillhead tried to clear and they've gifted it back essentially to Grange. Taskett. Stolen by Mikkel. Only one black jersey forward.
I'm not entirely sure if that was a pass to the forward player or a pass to himself, but moved the ball into space. We'll give him that.
Yeah, Kieran Quinn is the only one up there. Lofted it high again, and a bit of hope rather than expectation for Chambers, but it's kind of worked. They still have it. Trying to wiggle through Chambers initially. Now Templeton away with it for Grange, and now wriggles into space. Couple breaking their necks to get forward, including Lothian. We'll have the free hit, but Hillhead will get back to defend. Constable through the middles, thought he spotted the gap. Williamson came into trouble. Rolling from the belt it, win it back. Templeton. Folds. Templeton gets it back. Well marshalled again. Not many clear-cut chances for either side. Folds. And runs into the black jerseys. 3 or 4 down there, making it difficult.
Both teams utilising the 3D skill really well, where you get the ball up off the ground, and that slight lift just gets the ball up and over the opposition's stick, and you can continue with your run, or in the pass, just getting enough of a lift to lift it up and over the stick sees it through. So really good to see. It's not the first thing people think of, and certainly not an easy skill. Johnny Baird goals there for Grange, just to channel his inner Neuer.
I was thinking about that, but it's up the other end with Lothian. Well, for the first time we'll say it's a quick old game end to end, but maybe lacking that a little bit of quality.
Yeah, just that kind of final ruthlessness of in the D and either win a foul or get the shot off nice and early. Both teams seem to be building really well when they get in towards the D, but when they get into the D, it's the composure's lost.
Ferguson, time for Allen. Got the advantage here. Run out of road did Allen. And again, here come the counter-attack and spin away by James Aitken.
Hillhead now committing 2 up front. In the first half they had only 1 person in the opposition half at 16s.
Stolen back. Could even run, but again, just not that cutting edge on the edge of the D. Baxter trying to keep it alive again, thought.
Seems to be a lot of individual errors, just people holding the ball too long, getting too close to an opposition player, and then panicking or throwing it onto a front stick. It's disappointing to see when they get the ball out in space and the teammates are out in space to get the ball there nice and early, move it, then as Grange have just done here, then the play is better. It's the overcarry and the getting tackled that's the issue.
course, this is kind of like the appetizer ahead of the big cup final later on. But for there's a few young lads out there, a mixture of old heads. Is there nerves on even this sort of level of a cup final? First game on, friends, family, supporters around.
Yeah, absolutely. Certainly, both clubs are.
Going to be a penalty corner, no. 1 or 2 protests, despite the roving run from Lothian.
Both clubs are big kind of social friendly clubs in terms of.
Tasker was trying to launch it for Mitchinson. Tasker will get it back. Did it come off his foot? It did. 1 or 2 conversations going on. Right, I think we can finish that point now.
Yes. Just to say that both big clubs, really good social side. Whenever I've played against Grange, then they're always invited back to the clubhouse. So there's a good feel around it. They certainly have a lot of support in the stands here. So for a 10 o'clock game on a Saturday, grey Saturday morning, then friends and family are here. The players will be aware of it. There's a lot of voices. I think it's safe to say they don't normally get to play in this kind of environment. So some of them will handle it well. Others, we'll see. That's maybe where the individual errors are starting.
Well, for Grange themselves, it's a big day for the club in general, with the second team in the District Cup final, 12 on this pitch, and then the main first team against Kelburn in the big cup final at 4. So massive day. They've got a chance to take 3 trophies away in just the one day. Here come Hillhead though. Stops shot in the tracks, but they will have it. Meikle trying to work it through, and a shake of the head jamming alongside the here.
Yeah, Alan is frustrating and a great talent, superb vision, knows where everybody is, but just sometimes rushes it. Just seems a wee bit too intense. Having spoken to his father at half time, we found out that he'd skilled a can of Red Bull beforehand, which doesn't really help his temperament. So he should last the game, but just in what level of composure will be interesting.
Other energy drinks are available. I'm sure that over here he doesn't drink tea or coffee, but he goes straight for the energy drink.
Yeah, he doesn't drink caffeine on a daily basis. I don't know if that's in case he builds up a tolerance for his pre-game, or if that's...
I suppose instead of having 5 cups of coffee, just have 1 energy drink. It's probably about the same.
Absolutely, your weekly quota in one go.
Drink water, folks. I think that's the message. One back by Taskett for Grange. Parker. Lothian. Good interplay. Space out wide. It's a good stop from Williamson's effort. Crawford doing well in the goal. And at his side will be watching on as they look to turn themselves into attack with Chambers. And that wriggles away. Crowd are getting a bit more excited now. It's still a bit of a scrappy game, but crowd are getting excited. It's getting to that stage now where, although there's still 23 minutes left, it might be 1 goal, or is there going to be a dreaded shootout early on? Things like that will be coming into players' minds.
Absolutely, the pressure will be creeping in. There's a big scoreboard in the corner, so everybody's fully aware of just how long's left. If 1 goes in during normal match time, then we'll see a response from the other team, because right now it's all very cautious. Everybody loves running penalties though at hockey, so every cloud.
Yep, the shootout if required, if it is level, and I think I'm sure we've talked when there's been the international action here last summer at the excitement of the timed shootout.
Yeah, the running penalties rather than dead ball certainly adds a lot more skill. We tend to find that it doesn't equalise. There's still an advantage to the attacker, but the goalkeeper has certainly more to do. And rather than just one phase, you sometimes get a second phase, a rebound, and it's exciting.
Nerve-wracking as well. You might see that if it stays like this. lumped forwards here, and Baxter just ran away from him. Thought for a minute he was going to easily collect that in the space. Ball had different thoughts.
Talking about running penalties, I can see the Grange substitute goalkeeper with a notepad in his hand. I'm not sure if this is like Maddie Hinch in the Olympics final where he's got notes on the opposition players, but he's certainly scribbling away there.
Nil-nil in this game. In the plate final that's going on pitch 2, I believe it's still 3-2 to Grove against Watsonians. Watsonians got back to 2-2, but another late goal in the first half in that plate final, so 3-2 there. 0-0 here. Just hear the groans. Ball from Chambers didn't come through.
Yeah,
it's target.
It's frustrating when there's a really good build-up play in the middle, and then as soon as they cross the 25, both teams seem to just lose that composure, throw it beyond that final player. So whatever team sorts that first, we should hopefully see a goal. Ian Doherty trying to take a quick free hit there, just overrunning the ball.
Morrison. Baxter. Meikle. Good friendly tussle with Williamson. Hillhead remain with it. How long for? Not very long. Folds with the run. Needing the help, which doesn't come. Godstiff. It's in hope rather than expectation, that one.
Yeah, good to see though that looking to go forward. I mean, we've seen the patient build up, the playing round the back, but it's not working for either team. I think we just need to be a wee bit more direct now. When any of the players pick the ball up, the first thought should be, how can I get this to the highest player up in the pitch? But right now they seem to want to secure the ball, turn round and play it out the back. They're playing it round the back. That's perfectly sensible. It tires teams out if it goes round and then comes back, but right now it just looks as if the ball's going round the back once and then they're trying to force it down one side. Hillhead need to pressure the ball carrier here, so Grange 22 has just got time to pick the ball up, dribble away, and composure to pick his next pass. Need to press them, get their head down, and then they can't see their next pass. They're so busy focusing on retaining the ball.
Godstiff got it back. Support coming in. And this time Grange doing their job, but not for much longer as Meikle takes it back on, dribbling himself. Henton doing the defensive work. Well, good old fashioned tussle, a little bit of good sportsmanship. Meikle there and Henton.
Again, Hillhead just patient build up, they're passing it in, probing, trying to move Grange, but then coming down one side that's already got lots of opposition players, forcing the ball. It can easily pivot back round to Stevie Pollock at the back and then go back to where it came from once those players have moved. Great first touch by Phil.
Nice forward ball and turn, is it going to work out? Applequist, who's been fairly quiet, might go Grange's way.
Yeah, Matt Applequist's first touch just pops up and he's taken a swing at it and not made any contact with the shot, so a fresh air swing in the D is a foul. It's pretty dangerous, so ball goes against them.
Still 0-0 here, kind of a rematch of sorts this of the 2014 Reserve Cup final. It was a Grange 5th team that beat Hillhead thirds 3-2 that day, but a couple of meetings between these two sides directly was in the last campaign, 2015-16, in the Division 2 Central, and they were both in that. And Grange winning 3-2 and 4-1 in April and February 2016. So Grange certainly the favourites on paper coming into this one today, and they've had the previous form when these kind of levels have met previously. It's been a error-strewn game here, a lack of real clear-cut chances.
You would hope as the game was going on that the nerves would settle and people would start to secure the ball, but it doesn't seem to have happened yet. I think we're looking for that moment of brilliance or individual error, and then we'll get a goal and the game should liven up.
Maybe this will be the moment. Hinton diving around inside the D, defending for his life. McIntyre Kemp, roar from the crowd, then a groan from the crowd. Maybe Baxter can help out, no he can't. Reminder, in the District Cup final at 12 on this pitch, we'll have live coverage of Watsonians and Grange seconds. You'll hear a lot and see a lot of Grange today. 2 o'clock it's a plate final, Western Wildcats against Watsonians, and then it's Grange and Kelburn. First teams, the senior teams in the National Cup final, the big one at 4 o'clock. All here in pitch 1. And now the advantage for Swanton. Space here. Taking a space for Mitchinson, and couldn't quite take it under his grasp.
Yeah, excellent lead, and the vision from the player out on the right to get the ball, thread it into his path. It's just a really unfortunate overrun, because that was straight on the front stick, and all he needs to do is get a touch, force Lewis Crawford into some action.
Allen trying to get out the
Gordon
danger.
Allen leading away again, lots of space, the ball back to him.
Holds, and is it going to be tucked in? It is, and that was finesse, that was brilliant. And finally a little bit of genius, and it was the captain Gordon Allen. Grange hit the front, just over 30 minutes left. Is that the golden goal?
Great goal by Gordon Allen, so he's given the ball out and led away, left his man, so Hillhead number 6, Stevie Pollock, hasn't tracked it, he's just stayed in the line to goal, and Gordon Allen's just called for the ball, picked up, and great composure to just slip through an oncoming goalkeeper.
Well, at least it was a cracker of a sweet little finish. It was delicately done.
All experience. No panicking there. That's the composure we're looking for.
So Grange hit the front, and now they've won it back. Swanton. And off the foot. Hillhead, well, what will Hillhead do now? You know the guys fairly well. 12 minutes to save themselves.
Well, hopefully push Alan Meikle slightly further forward. His vision is good from the back, but he's just, as the game's going on, he's just dropping further and further back. He's still not over the halfway line yet, so we don't need an extra defender in there. We maybe need that kind of talent, skill and vision further up the pitch. They certainly need to change something, because it doesn't look as if they're going to score if it stays the same.
Swanton. Lennox did well. So in the plate match next door, they've had a few more goals. It's now 4-2 to Grove. I would say maybe job done, but when they were 2-0 up in the first half, Watsonians came back, still probably about 12 minutes just under in their game too, so they've had a bit of a thriller. This one maybe might bubble into something exciting in the latter stages. Umpires may stop things here. Going to be a card, is it? It's a yellow this time. astonishment from the Grange supporters, but Callum Lothian off, and now a big chance over the next few minutes for Hillhead to try and get themselves an equaliser, but they won't do it with Alan Meikle being a bit rash and quick with free hit.
That's what we're talking about with Alan Meikle's vision. So he sees things in space that are exceptionally good. Teammates, on the other hand, perhaps haven't got up to speed with it, so he tends to thread balls into really good areas, but a bit quick and a bit higher level than some of the forwards are faced just now. It's just that experience that the Hillhead forward line need to know to run into that space.
Just seeing the screen there, the hashtag Scott Cup finals. Get in touch with your thoughts on this game or any of the coverage. Find out some of your thoughts on air, some of your opinions on what you've seen.
The yellow card certainly influences the next 5 minutes, so Hillhead with the one-man advantage, you would hope they could do a bit more, get a goal or another goal in this game, and liven it up.
Flung over the top here by Swanton. Folds chasing. Again, just the ball bounced away. It's a good run. Hillhead need to use this time wisely. Into the final 10 here. Looks like a different sort of attitude from Hillhead, just swarming, trying to press and win it back with Chambers. Oh, excellent run in this with the ball. Can he cut it back? He can, and look at the frustration in the knees that Kieran Quinn, I think, absolutely not happy. I think he wanted that a little bit quicker.
Yeah, Jackson Corey Duff with the 3D skill, the composure to just lift the ball and then know that it'll knock on, follow it through. It's just when he comes up against the goalkeeper does well to block the area that he wants to pass it through. Kieran Quinn obviously frustrated that he's not seen the ball.
Allen spotted some space out wide. Miller trying to feel the ball through to a gap. Excellent control from Meikle.
We're starting to see Alan Meikle push up the pitch a wee bit now.
Chambers for McIntyre Kemp. Didn't fall for Quinn. Now the space has been held on the break. Swanton. Allen looking around. Allen looking for another one. Still Allen. Blocks coming in all the way. Oh, and it's off the post there. Coton with that. Coton will try and get a second go at it. And the clattering of sticks and what knows else. Hillhead have managed to get it away with their chance now to try and attack.
Yeah, the last move by Grange there, led by Martin Constable, just throwing the ball through to Steve Swanton, who's been, I thought, has been one of the better players today, and then just fed through, and the ball hits the inside of the post, millimetres to the right, and that was a brilliant goal. Grange starting to show some of that composure and just small passes that got them here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Grange, it's not as if they're an experienced team and know how to win things. Of course, both teams do, but Grange taking the lead, they haven't went in all nervous mode or I guess defensive mode. They're kind of now trying to exploit on the counter because Hillhead need to get themselves a goal, so they're just playing with the same sort of intensity and speed that they have been. So
yeah,
interesting.
Grange's style of play is just composed, keep the ball nice and flat, move it into space. It's good to see when it's done at pace. Then that's the real killer, which is how they got that second chance there that hit the post.
McIntyre Kemp. Oh, and downfall for Aitken. Seen the space. It was good vision from McIntyre Kemp.
Hillhead not really linking up. It looks almost as if this is perhaps at the start of the season where they haven't got used to each other and read where the kind of normal patterns of play or where people like to lead towards. So it's frustrating that these basic errors of passing on to somebody's reverse rather than their front stick is happening at this point in the season. Hillhead now leaving 3 up for the counter-attack.
Slipped off and folds. Didn't get a touch on the knee. And Grange back to their full complement. And they had, even with player light, it hasn't really made much of a difference because with extra players up front for Hillhead, Grange have still been committing players forward on the break.
Yeah, frustrating. I didn't see what Hillhead changed. They just done the same again, but with an extra player. So you would have expected something to be prepared or ready or changed.
Constable kept control of that well. Lothian thought maybe there was a little nick of a Hillhead body in the middle of that, or maybe just a little bit frustrated, never got anything on that himself.
Hillhead going into a bit of a panic mode now and looking to crash the ball. Phil Godseth is normally one that would look to go straight up as soon as possible, but now it just seems to be a bit of a crash and panic forward. Instead of the big hit there, he's just scooped it too high and too long. Hillhead changing tact and 2 of their front players stepping a bit closer, ready to press.
Time running out for Hillhead. Looks almost certain now that Grove have won the plate and pitch 2. They're 5-2 up against Wilsonians into the final few minutes of that game. It is 1-0 Grange here. Hasn't been the prettiest of games, but it's certainly got tense and a little bit more exciting in the final 15-20 minutes.
Grove Mingus Hill have recently been awarded European Hockey Federation Small Club of the Year, so quite the accolade for the Dundee club. I think that goes to show the amount of tireless work they've done in terms of club development and exposure profile. So really pleasing to hear that the club have won that and are now going to add to another.
Yeah, a side that Grange defeated 4-0 in the first round of this competition. Any magic for Godstep? He's put it back. Pollock trying to work it through. Constable lost it.
Not a lot of movement from Hillhead in the D. They seem to be waiting for the ball carrier to decide what happens here rather than
umpires giving it Grange's way. I think a bit of a thought on what to give, and they've made the conclusion, and now it's break time.
Yeah, initial ball in from Stevie Pollock was high, so foul against Hillhead.
Williamson, Lothian, can he find his teammate? He can't. Is there any hope here? Not with balls like that. 2 minutes just over left to play. Lamb was trying to trudge his way down the channel.
Sometimes you see in games like this with not a lot of goal mouth action, 2 minutes left in the clock, that the team who are a goal down will substitute their goalkeeper and bring on a kicking back, as they're called, which is an outfield player with a different coloured top, and they have goalkeeping privileges, which means they can, if they choose, save the ball in the line.
Now is a chance, possibly, can they find the target? Well, they've still got the opportunity, the free hit. Chambers looking to get on with it. Chambers, can he keep it in? Desperation, noises from the crowd. 60 seconds.
Need a bit of composure here from Allen rather than anything rash. Good, he's just changed the angle.
Miko for Chambers.
Bit of a crash ball in, but it's taken a deflection off a Grange stick, so I have a similar situation just from a tighter angle.
Into the final 30. Fed through! Oh, it's strike at goal. Is it Baxter, I think, in the middle of that? And Rich Miller shouted it away, and that was the chance. And it was just something about hit and hope, scrambling, and in the end it didn't quite work out. Into the final 10 seconds, just about keeping the ball. Lothian's going to do that. The crowd are aiming and helping with the countdown, and that will do things for Grange Thirds. And a game which maybe wasn't the best and highest in quality, that little bit of magic came through the captain, Gordon Allen. What, 13 minutes or so from time. It was a wonderful move which finished with an exquisite finish, and that was the difference between the two sides, Jamie, and in the end probably the right team won in terms of the balance of play and the general attempts forward.
Absolutely, yeah. Grange's composure and I'm loath to say caution, but they took their time and they built up play, and in the end that's what really worked out. The experience of their captain has just to know, take your time, drift away, and then not rush the keeper, just slot it beyond, has made the difference on the day. Hillhead a bit rash, losing the ball up front a wee bit too much. Around the back, composed, moved the ball well. It's just that experience that their front line, which is late teens, early 20s, they just need to know how to read the game, when to release the ball in phases of play.
Well, great noise, great applause from both sides of the crowd. As we've mentioned a couple of times, a big day for Grange with three sides involved, the third, second and main side. And hopefully we'll get a presentation fairly quickly. And obviously the plate final was going on in the back pitch, that will be getting finished too. Let's have a look at the goal, and it was good play. Tasker in the middle of all that, and a little ball, and just the delicate little touch from Gordon Allen, just coaxed it into the back of the net, and that was the difference really. It was just something really cute and neat about the finish from Gordon Allen.
Yeah, he's picked the ball up in space, established that the goalkeeper's run at him, had a look, and then just poked it through, balled it through. Most players there pick the ball up and they would immediately look to thrash it as hard as they can. That's a goalkeeper's dream. They just go out, be big. As soon as you start that big backswing, the goalkeeper knows to get a big bit of padding right in front of that shot. But when the ball's in the end of the attacker's stick, then there's doubt in the goalkeeper's mind as to where they can play it. They've got far more options than the goalkeeper would like.
Well, plenty of smiles down there from the Grange lads, and very much the star moment for the captain's goal for Gordon Allen, and obviously a bit of disappointment for the Hillhead lads. Obviously you know them well, they'll be a bit disappointed how they never really clicked. Did they get maybe little nerves, a bit stage fright maybe?
Yeah, I think that's a fair assessment, certainly for perhaps the majority of them. This will be their first time on a bigger stage. I don't think it'll be the last we'll see of them. There's some really talented individuals in that squad. It's just that extra step in experience and that kind of it's tough to describe. That composure and that kind of harsh, tougher line in and around the 25. It was just a bit naive and a bit panicky from Hillhead. Under a great stewardship in terms of Alan Meikle and experience, Stevie Pollock at the back, Phil as well. So I think they will be back. It's just when and where we'll see them again.
I can confirm it's congratulations to Grove, beating Watsonians 5-2 to win the reserve plate final, and pretty comprehensive. It sounds like, obviously, we are focused on this, and sounds like a bit of a thriller on the back pitch and pitch 2.
Yeah, I would have taken, was that 7 goals in total? I would have taken them. That would have been preferable. As I said, Grove, well-run club, doing exceptionally well within the regional leagues and the national leagues. Their men's first team are in, well, I think their men's first and female and male teams are both in the European playoffs, which will take place here next week. So right throughout the club, they've really came on well.
So well done to Grove, 5-2 winners in the plate competition, 1-0 to Grange against Hillhead, and they take the honours. Obviously it was Quebec's Kelburn winning the District Cup last year, and it was Inverleith winning the plate. So a couple of different names for those competitions, as I think we're just waiting to, obviously you'll see below that we've got the 4 teams I should say, the 2 matches that are played now, we've got them all on the same pitch. So I think we're getting filtered round to our presentation, but it's always a bit of fun with the 2 pitches going on for the first couple of games today. A reminder that at 12, Watsonians against Grange, both second teams in the District Cup final. That's on this pitch. On the back pitch we'll bring you updates on Edinburgh Uni, and Stuart's Mill will bring you score updates on that. The plate final is Western Wildcats against Watsonians at 2, and then the big one is Grange and Kelburn at 4. And if you've got any thoughts on the day so far, or throughout the day, get in touch, we can read them out. Hashtag SCO Cup Finals, SCO Cup Finals, that's the hashtag, through Twitter. There it is on screen.
There's no surprise to see Watsonians name here so often. Watsonians are the biggest club in Scottish hockey, and certainly in terms of development and standard, then again another club that are doing really, really well. So good to see such a strong representation from one district.
Yeah, Watsonians feature heavily. We've mentioned about Grange as well. Of course, at half time as well, we've seen a little bit of a masterclass is going to be happening all day. Dan Coultis, the Scotland international, been injured for a little while. Hopefully one day he'll get back on the field, but he's giving a bit masterclass to some young kids. So there's a bit of I could feel there'll be plenty of all ages supporters in the stand. It's the next generation. We've got the volunteer ball patrols as well, so it's a kind of a nice family atmosphere, plenty of age ranges here.
Absolutely. We have to also comment on Hamish the Hippo, who's currently lining up to, I don't know if he's going to give out medals or if what his role is in this, but
creating a nuisance.
Yes, certainly a big hit with I was going to say the kids, but when he arrived I saw the umpiring team get a photo with him as well, so
we're all fans.
Yes. A particularly apt mascot for Scottish hockey. It just shows that it's for all shapes and sizes.
Well, I guess talking about the family occasions and plenty of different people here, and obviously Dan Coulter's been around. Big year with the Euro Hockey 2 men's coming up later in the year in August, and we've got the men's team in the latter stages of the World League. There's a lot of crowdfunding going on. Sure, we'll discuss more about that over the next day or two. Busy time and an exciting time for Scottish hockey.
Absolutely, yeah. So with both teams going down to World League 3 as well in London, then that's a first time for our men. So it's an exciting summer ahead for our national teams.
Right, okay then, I think we're going to get underway with the proceedings of the ceremony. I think by the looks of it, we're starting with the plate. First of all, obviously our main focus for our live coverage has been on this pitch one, but it has been an exciting game. You may well have been following the live updates through at Scottish Hockey on Twitter while watching this one on pitch one, this first game. Well, Watsonians, well, they played well in the first half. They were 2-0 down quite quickly, and then they fought their way back to make it 2-2 just before the break. Then Grove then took a sneaky last second goal to make it 3-2, and then stretched away in the second half. But just talked about Jamie about Watsonians. Great to see so many Watsonians teams around and involved today, but certainly it took a bit of guts. Obviously not quite enough in the end in the second half, but it took some guts to get themselves back in contention at the end of that first half, because they were 2-0 down quite quickly in that game in pitch 2.
Yeah, I mean the experience in the win in the semi-final coming through to this is obviously has helped. Now that I've seen the lineup for Grove, then they're a talented bunch of individuals, certainly all kind of inter-district players for the youth side, and then a good mix of experience in there as well. We have second in there, Gav. Gav is one of our top umpires as well, so it's good to see him picking up the dual role and getting the game outfield as well.
Sounds like the few have came across from pitch 2 to join in the crowd applause.
Grove are another club who are very sociable, very family orientated. I think that's part of the key to their success, is that they've got quite a travelling support. 10 o'clock in the morning in Glasgow from Dundee is not an easy one, but there's a few of them that have came along to sports, so really good to see.
That's pretty obvious at this sort of level. There's a good mix of one or two with a bit grey hair and getting on a bit, but still enjoying the hockey, and a lot of young lads as well developing their game. So a great mix of experience and youth.
Yeah, I think that's one of the good things of the sport is as soon as you put a stick in the hand, then it's a bit of an equaliser. There's no real as the flag decides to chuck it. And unlike football, where there's slightly more physical contact, then in hockey it's the fair contact element is reduced a lot more, so you get quite a wide range of 14-year-olds all the way up to 50-year-olds, so good, you get to that real experience mixed in with the youth, and that flag is just not having any of it.
It is windy. I think that maybe shows actually more than anything, because the trees at the back around the pitch don't really show how windy it is, but maybe that shows you it is quite blustery out there and it's a bit chilly. But there goes the plate, and a wee celebration I'm sure later on, and a good moment for the young lads and for the senior pros in that side, the experienced heads in that team. So well done to Grove, 5-2 winners on pitch 2 in the plate competition. And now we head into the match we've just watched on pitch 1. This one more of a tense affair, as I mentioned a couple of times, an error-strewn sort of game. It was maybe a typical final really, nerves, bit of everything, but one bit of quality, the difference.
Both umpires receiving their medals. I thought they handled the game exceptionally well. No mistakes. The cards started to come out in the pocket, but it was essential. You don't like to see too many cards in a game. It starts to spoil it, but it was proportionate. It was the correct use, and they managed the game really well together, Duncan and Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie Telford, Duncan Rizzick.
Both on the pathway and both doing international events as well. So
yeah, I think I know Duncan was involved with the underage Euro hockey last summer and enjoyed that, so should have enjoyed that today. And as you mentioned, not too many cards, one or two moments where they just had to give a card, and that's what happened, but no real mistakes, and good from them, good from Hillhead, but just not quite enough in the end. Just fell out a little bit short, just couldn't quite get that bit of quality to finish off. Just wasn't quite the day, despite the talents this campaign for the likes of Phil Godseth. Alan Meikle, the captain, really did try his best to do something.
Absolutely, he's a force of nature, Alan Meikle. He's on and off the pitch. He's a real driver at that club.
So not quite to Hillhead. For them, the honours of picking up a bit of silverware, but for Grange, well, the first of 3 times we'll see them, thirds, seconds and their senior team all playing in the various competitions today, and the thirds have got off to a fantastic start. And all getting their medal, all played their part. Captain at the back, Gordon Allen.
Yeah, we've said it before, say it again, well deserved by Grange. The composure and the build up to get a clean sheet at the cup final is exceptionally good, and that individual bit of composure and brilliance in terms of just taking his time with the captain, Gordon Allen, well deserved in the end.
So this could be the first, or maybe a treble today for Grange. We'll wait and see. But the reserve cup final, and a little bit of silverware, arms in the air from Gordon Allen and his side. It's a cracking start to the day for Grange, and that sets the marker down for their seconds and their first side. So celebrations for the plates and the cup winners in the reserve finals. We'll take a pause because the next game is hot on the heels at midday on this pitch. Watsonian seconds against Grange seconds in the District Cup final. Do join us just before the match gets underway at midday. We'll see you then.